Good morning, Jay Nicholas with the Oregon Fly Fishing blog. We're going to tie a cool little nymph here using, where is it? New product, naturally, new product. This is Coq de Leon. It's dyed. I'm going to be using kind of a fire orange color. You'll see it up closer. Really cool for the tail. Got to have something new all the time. So let's get started. So hopefully this is about what this fly is going to look like here. This is tied on a size 12 gammy barbless jig hook. You can use bigger, smaller, different beads. So what I like to do is show you, I don't know if you can see this feather or not. Coq de Leon is a really nice material, and it's nicely barred. It's free wire. What I like to do first, this is a 5/32 slotted tungsten bead, and I know I should twist that lead off, that lead-free wire. You know, my hands are just not as strong as they could be, and I just frankly can't do it. So you notice I put the lead-free wire on before I start my thread. A little bit of Loctite to get things steady, and you remember that the rounded edge of the slot is up, and you don't have to use that lead-free wire, but if you do, it kind of helps keep that helps keep that bead in place. So I'm gonna excuse me, the experts call for 3 to 5 strands, barbules for the tail. I like to use 7 or 8. I don't think it's excessive, and frankly, I'm paying enough for the CDL. I want to be able to see it. It's not just enough to be confident that the trout can see it. I want to be able to see it myself. I chose, this happens to be a Lagerton thread. It's about a 74 denier fluorescent orange. I'm going to use it for my hot spot. This is a Vivus large pearl tinsel, and I'm gonna stretch this. Now you notice there's kind of a lumpy transition where the wire ends, and under some circumstances you'd want to even that out with thread, but in my case I'm gonna throw some dubbing up against there, so it's not necessary to. But if you noticed, I was stretching that pearl tinsel. Keeps it nice and tight on there. So I'm going to use a couple of dubbings for the thorax. Now you know that one of the things about these nymphs is that the slicker they are, the less, but it's so funny because for years I tried to make my nymphs fuzzy and spiky, and now I gotta train myself, oh, that's not good. I want them to be really slick and clean and lean and just like thread on a hook. So it's true, the more fuzz you have there, the more water resistance you're going to have. I don't like that. me see if I can. So the point of these two dubbings, and I want to have two different shades. So I want to have a paler shade and a darker shade. So you could go tan and black. I've got UV cinnamon and peacock green. I'm looking for a little bit of contrast there. And now I could build a hotspot just of that thread. That's the other thing that's kind of funny, you know. All those flies I tied back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. First, we didn't have beads.
Probably going to ask when tungsten came around.
I didn't have any idea. We just, you know, honked on a bunch of lead underneath the... We like fuzzy bodies and, you know, kind of imitative, kind of drab. This is a Vivus iridescent thread. It's iris thread, iridescent thread for hotspot. It's really nice stuff. If you don't have it, use your, but you do, you know, these hotspots, according to the experts, really make a difference. So here you go. It's kind of cool. If this was a pike or musky fly, I'd barely, you know, I'd probably by now I'd only have the thread on my hook. But this is a completed fly that'll catch a fish.